Go.
What is up, your bronies? JJ back here with the golf crew, Mitch, Dildo Baggins, and Mangone, talking a little PGA. So outrights. I know we've only done 2 shows, so we have a long season ahead of us. But outrights haven't been there for us. So what does that mean? That means the plain white baseball cap comes back. This had in particular. What's going on with the camera? This had in particular was getting a lot of shade thrown at it last year, and for the wrong reasons. People that were a little too superstitious. Kurt, I'll ask you because you haven't had much to say about the white hat, black hat, plain, no decals, no anything.
Look here. Red hat, green hat, blue hat. I don't give a fuck. We picking winners, okay?
All right.
You can wear a shit collared hat. You can wear my shit as a hat. It doesn't matter.
Fair enough. Also, we like the backdrop today, Kurt. Joe mentioned it, very Christmassy. Thank you, Nate, for enjoying the hat. It's nice. It's nice. Where we at today? Anywhere special?
Nope.
Not at all. Okay. Mitch, it feels like every show we get new plaques, or is that a giraffe at the top of that podium? It looks like a giraffe.
Yeah, it's been there every time.
Is that the Toys R Us giraffe?
I don't know. I just found it somewhere. It felt like it was the right character for the top of there, so I just threw it on.
I love it. Yeah. How do you think by season's end we're just going to have like 8 or 10 more plaques around behind you? I think so. Makes sense.
We got a couple more flags coming in probably.
Speaking of big plaques, Mangone just keeps it simple with his 140 by 40 plaque of is that Paul Pierce? Looks like. Okay.
Yeah, Paul Pierce and Snyder is the other guy actually. Snyder's just the white mamba of the show, I guess we could call him. But happy to be here to talk some golf with you guys. It's an interesting week. I'm excited to hear Snyder talk about the course breakdown. We got 3 courses. We got it's a pro-am. I mean, it's a bit of a shit show, and that's just perfect for us because we are that kind of crew.
Love it. So without further ado, actually, does anybody want to make any comments about last week, results, anything that happened, good, bad, and different, or do we want to just move on?
You guys know I went pretty heavy, came out on top, not by a lot, but by a little. So count that as a win. We're in the green. Move on.
Love it. Let me just pull up some odds. While I'm doing that, Mitch, you want to run through your infamous breakdown of the course in the grass?
No, hold on. Let me get my lotion and towel.
Yeah.
Okay, you're good.
And look at Snyder just decked out. He's got the hoodie on. He's got the sweatshirt over the hoodie. This is like a sauna session for Snyder right now. Oh, Snyder, you're muted.
Yeah, no, I'm just getting home from the gym, ready to pick some winners here. But we're ready to get into this Amex here. We got a 3-course rotation here. La Quinta Nicholas Tournament course, and the die track is going to get 2 rounds. The die track is going to get Sunday's round as well. So all 3 courses are going to play super easy this week. John Rahm said it last year best. He's like, this is a blanket putting contest. So we're going to get that again. Rahm's back again. The first 3 days, we're going to see some easy pin placements here as they try and get ready. It's a pro-am, so they're going to try and get these guys through as fast as possible there. All 3 courses are going to play Bermuda grass greens, rolling it around 11 on the stent meter. The die track's going to have smaller greens around 5,000 square feet. The tournament course is going to have larger than normal greens at 7,000 square feet on average. And then La Quinta is going to have some small greens at around 4,800 square feet. La Quinta has been one of the easiest tracks on tour the last 6 years. So we're going to see a lot of scoring there. Average score there is at least 2 under par. In Showdown, I would like to target a lot of these guys too. Showdown, Underdog, some of those spots there. We're going to see more golfers in the field this week too, 156 total, top 65 in ties, but the cut is not going to be made until Saturday, as every golfer will get one spin on each of the 3 courses. Plenty of water in play this week. Some of the toughest bunkers on tour are going to be here as well. Some key stats I'll be looking at: strokes gained approach, fairways gain, opportunities gain, 150 to 175 proximity, and par 3 scoring.
Is there anything better than the Snyder rundowns there? Like, it just feels like it covers every angle, never misses a beat. I mean, Mangone, I know you basically slobbed to him as well. So, that
was just incredible. I can't wait until after the show to go back on repeat and just listen to Snyder's beautiful voice, just whisper the course preview. The only thing that could have made it better is if we had like birds chirping in the background and it was in a nice quiet golf voice.
I sit in bed at night on Wednesdays specifically with my AirPods in, and I just like on Vine. I snip the break.
Yeah.
I just repeat, listen to it while Kristen's sleeping.
How many water holes? How many water holes?
Which course?
All of them. I know one course has a shit ton. What course is that?
Yeah, the stadium course has a lot more water than the other ones. It's got some tough bunkers as well. It plays the toughest of the 3 courses.
All right, so let's go through comments real quick. Why did PGA Tour start all the favorites on the easier of the 3 courses? 5-star asked. Snyder, do you have that answer? Or is there an answer there? Or is it just random?
What was the question?
So why did PGA Tour start all the favorites on the easier of the 3 courses?
Well, I think that's because they want to start those guys on a certain course so they get TV time on Saturday and Sunday. They'll play the stadium course last then, so they get more primetime coverage over the weekend.
Fair enough. And Mangone, did I miss something? Is there some rumblings going on of you and C-Dome in a 2-on-2 versus Big T JSU?
It's me and I mean that sounds like a terrible idea. I'm out. Why would I ever want to challenge Big T and JSU?
That's a tough team, bro.
Question for the panel. How many people at Run Pure are blocked by C-Dome?
Blocked.
I'm not anymore. So
not me.
I know at least one.
Why were you blocked?
I have no idea.
Man, what did you do?
I used to be, but I'm not anymore. So
No, Kurt, the one I know is me. I'm blocked.
Yeah, he's
why?
I don't even know him. I have no idea. But anyway, so that'll be fun in March.
We got Steve Petty's in chat. He must be from Geneva. That's where I'm from.
Maybe people can ask me how a C-Dome, Mangone, JSU, and Big T matchup even got like brought up, right? Like I'm genuinely curious because I don't know. I don't know where that ever came out of, but
like Nate's saying that C-Dome was chirping it. I guess in the up to lock.
It's me and C-Dome together versus Big T and JSU. I don't want that smoke. I'm out. For that reason, I'm out. I do not want to take on Big T and JSU. I'm good.
I would play it, but I'm not betting on myself.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's one of those things. Like we'll play it.
That's the take I have too, as well.
Yeah. And
Jason, trying to make sure it was leg day for you, Snyder. I'm sure leg day's like every day for a guy like yourself. Was locking in. He said, "Yeah, I mean, hey, look, whatever happens. Obviously, when we're on the slab, anything goes, I guess." But needless to say, we can walk right into or slide right into some outrights here. Dildo Baggins, I'll start with you. Who do you like to win this tournament?
I've been waiting on this since he started.
You know what? Actually, sorry, the host fucked up. DFS, Kurt. Who do you like in DFS this week?
That's how I was going. That's where I was going.
Could be the same person, but you know what I mean.
Yeah. So I've been waiting on this ever since he's been like one of the top 3 highest owned golfers for the past 6 tourneys. Finally got a low opportunity, get a chance to get a low ownership. Tom Kim, Joo Young Kim, government name. Lost 7 strokes putting last week. The approach was still fine. Ultimate flap log spot of the century. Finally would be his lowest owned he's been in a long ass time. I'm going back my boy Tom Kim. Little bit contrarian. That's how I play. And I just love it. It's my favorite flop lag of all time, I think. And I love playing flop lags.
Awesome. Who do you like for value in the DFS streets?
I'm going Alex Smalley. I usually like to go a little bit cheaper, and I do like John Huh, but it's a little bit more risky. So I'm going Alex Smalley. He's up there in approach, up there on burgers are better. The kid is legit good. 7,500. I know it's a little bit expensive for my taste, but Alex Smalley, I'm going to be having him in a lot of lines this week.
Yeah, I'll say this, Magnani, about JSU because I was able to watch him play a bit. Yeah, he's good. I mean, especially for his size, he's good.
He's pound for pound the best one, right? Like, I mean, and you're putting him top 5, probably even I'd say top 3. Could even be 2. I mean, even though
he's good, he's a lot more.
Who would be 2? Who would be 2?
Title might be like it's top 3 is top 3 in my opinion would be Big T, JSU, Title, no particular order. That would be my top 3.
C-Dome's good, then that'll be a good little 2v2.
He's just like for his size, he's actually a lot more physical, I think, than people like. He can wear a guy down. Like if a bigger guy than him, he could definitely wear him down physically. But yeah, he's good defensively.
So,
He can make
Sedum
basically
and
everything
Title.
inside the arc.
Sedum and Title versus JSU and Big T is something I'd rather see. Like I
would
mean,
love to see
I don't.
that.
I think you need you need Title in there. I mean, Sedom's kind of more of an unknown.
Yeah, I mean, he's
So
probably
you would need that unknown with someone that is in the caliber of the JSU and Big T.
It's really just if he can shoot. Like I'm sure he's athletic. It's just can he shoot? I cannot shoot for a fucking dick. I can pass, dribble, everything. I can't shoot the ball.
Yeah. Apparently, Sedum said all I would need to do is pass him the ball. Let me tell you, I am not a fan of the guy that says I can just get every single bucket. So I don't normally bet on that. They normally don't. So I don't know. It's going to be, and it's a very hard matchup. It's not like it's an easy one. If it's an easy one, yeah, then you can go out and get all the buckets in the world. I bet. But
I just think in any game, it's tough to beat two scorers with one scorer.
Yes, 100%.
You just it's hard. I'll tell you this.
That's also you said about a score, Dunkel. I'm taking that personally.
If Sedum unblocks me, I'll join him in that matchup happily.
Oh man, that would be interesting.
Happily. But again, he blocked me and I have no way to contact him. LOL. All right, so let's move on. Mangone, your DFS plays. Who do you like at the top and bottom?
Yeah, so interesting DFS week. One thing I want to call out before I kind of dive into it, it's a great week to embrace some of these cheap guys if you want. Like if you want to dive into the 6K range deep, like 6'2", go for it. Right there is a 3. You're getting 3 at least scores. Maybe you're getting a +4 from a guy on round 3, but what I'm getting at is you will at least get scores. You're not getting cut on after 2 rounds, so that's at least a bonus that you get this week. If we dive in, one guy I like to go to is KH Lee. I just think he has the upside for 8,300. This is a event where you're going to want to be a good putter. He's putted pretty well. In 2 of his last 4 events, he's had top 10 finishes. It's just hard to argue with his upside. It's not a sexy name at 8-3 for sure, but I do think it's one that can get the job done and get you in the top 10 here. If we slide down even cheaper, Dunkel, we're hoping to stick with the theme of naming a golfer that you do not know. This guy's in the 7K range. His name is Callum Tarrant, and I know it's on the playbook. Snyder has put him in there as well, so I was encouraged to see that. Last 50 rounds, he's ranked 13th in putting. And again, we want good putters here at this event. He has upside, and he's a birdie maker. We're going to need birdies at this event. I'm taking a chance on Callum Tarrant at 7,200.
You know, it's bad when I got to look up how to spell his first name and his last name.
We gave him out last year. You have to know who that is.
I mean, he is not a really known golfer. For sure.
I know, but he was a popular pick. And
is this the rookie? Did somebody pick him on this show last week? Is this the really young guy?
That's not him. He'll come up later in another segment for me.
Yeah, maybe you guys mentioned him once, but I don't. Name definitely doesn't ring a bell. So Mangone, job accomplished.
His first pop-off appearance was when he was with Mr. Skins. They played together at that duo event, and they really popped off as cheapies. And then Taram kind of made a little bit of a minor run as a value play in the 6K range that helped make things work and get you 15th or 13th and maybe a 7th here and there. So he's not the he has upside. You just want him at these birdie fests, and I think it's one that fits him well.
Snyder, what about you? DFS plays. What do you like to top him for some value?
Yeah, we know who's up top. We got Rahm and Cantley up there, but I'm not going to go there. I was going to go with Tom Kim, so I like the play that Kurt had there. So I'm just going to pivot to another Kim then up there. I think is going to be very low owned as well. Just absolutely crushes these die courses. Looks like he's going to be 5-6% owned this week too. He's coming off a win, which is going to keep a lot of people away from him. But I think Siwoo Kim is a good play this week. He won this event a couple years ago. I think he's a good play here, and he won't come with hardly any ownership off of his week win last week. But he's a guy I'm not worried about coming off a win. I don't think he was out getting hammered and partying it up. I think he's going to roll into this course. He likes this event, so I like him this week at low ownership at top. And then going down a little bit for a value guy, I'm going to look at give me Grayson Sigg. He's got great form heading in. 3 top 15s down the stretch of 22, finished 48th last week. But that was mainly due to an off-putting week for him there. He's normally a solid putter, so I like going to a Grayson Sigg for value.
Love it. Instead, we'll stick with you because now we'll go into the betting streets. As far as who you like for your outright, is it you sticking with Siwoo Kim, or based on the market, do you see any value with anybody else as far as your favorite outright?
Yeah, this is going to be kind of like a play that I had on Colin Morikawa that first week. We got Will Zalatoris here at 20-1. I think that's a little steep for him. I think his good odds there. I was really watching him close in that TOC too to see how he was going to come back off the injury there. And he started out a little rusty first couple of rounds, but throughout the weekend, I mean, his ball striking was back. The off the tee game was great. He hit his irons much better Saturday and Sunday, and the putter was right there too. He gained over 2 strokes putting as well. So I like Will Zalatoris this week at 20-1.
Yeah, big Willie Z fans on this show. Yeezy, what's up, my guy? Thanks for joining us. Cam Young, Magnani likes Cam Young. Interested if any of you guys follow suit. But Mangone, for your outright, who do you like?
Yeah, before I get to the outright, let me just call this out. Obviously we play all DFS sports, right? Domantas Sabonis just got ruled out. So did Austin Rivers on the Timberwolves. And I play basketball, right? Maybe some people are. If you want the news, you got 15 minutes. Got to make some of those adjustments until the Kings game doesn't start for an hour and a half. But point I'm getting at is there's a game walking here, so you might want to make some adjustments. And Austin Rivers, who just got ruled out, plays like 27, 25 minutes a game. So there's minutes to go around. And if you want to make adjustments, I know I will be making adjustments here. So just giving you guys a heads up before I dive into that. Let's keep this thing moving along, though. We got outrights. And my outright is going to be back to that same guy we talked about last week, Dunkel, Taylor Montgomery. He got T12 last week. We get him at 35-1 again. He's another great event to go to him. It just seems too good. Taylor Montgomery is going to be, I think in the last 50 rounds I got here, he's third best in the field at putting. So it's also, again, I want to look at good putters at this event. So third best in the field at putting last 50 rounds. That seems like something I'm interested in. It's just really hard to argue with him. He's a young golfer that's going to ship soon, Dunkel. Hopefully it's this week. Hopefully we're not sitting here in April and I'm still saying it. I hope I can just cash this ticket early. And then if I want to keep riding him out throughout the year, I can.
Love it. Love it. Does he have a win yet? I know he's super young, but does he have any wins yet?
Nah, but the resume is just like, it's absurd, right? Like, I'll just read it off to you. Just rattling it. If you look at, we take the Korn Ferry Tour out, right? Starting from September 15th, third T9, T15, T13, T10, T57, T15, T12. Hard to argue with him as like an option, right? Like he's going to just be in the mix and you just got to hope he pops. And again, at 35-1, I want to bet him in these events where he's not in like the Masters type fields, right? Where he's in these events where there's, yes, John Rahm is there, right? But he doesn't have to try and get through like 10 elite golfers, maybe like 4 or 5.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Kurt, your favorite outright here?
First of all, I think we had a question about he's terrible in the past off wins, talking about Siwoo Kim. I think he's a different golfer, man. We have enough like data now from when he switched to the broomstick. I'm sure it's the reason why Snyder has him in there, but this broomstick putter is working for him. And I'm just willing to think that this is like kind of the new Siwoo we get. That was always his issue. If this guy if he just loses only a stroke putting this year, he's going to have an incredible year. So I'm not worried about him off the win. I'm sure Snyder's not either.
Yeah, there's a big improvement from, you can tell exactly when he switched to that putter too. It's been a huge improvement since he went to that. So I really like that as well.
I love Asians, so I'm glad that we have him in good form again. Hopefully M can get back to his form because I'm scared that he might be off to a shaky season. Anyways, my outright, it's been a while. I got Cam Davis, birdies are better, par 5 scoring, all top up there. I'm going to be on him all year. So give me Cam Davis, and I got it at 45-1. I didn't price shop that, so I was assuming that FanDuel had the worst odds. But,
DK, same thing.
And that's what I looked at. And I do a couple really early, but most of the time the ones that I go on here are ones I literally do right before I hop on the show, just so I know what number I'm giving out.
And Kurt, as far as the best value on the board, as far as a long shot goes, who do you think's got the best shot to win it?
180-1, Callum Tarrant. Snyder gave out all the reasons. Was second at the RSM was his last.
Did.
Huh?
Mangone talked about Callum.
Yeah,
exactly.
I gave out
So 180-1 for numerous reasons. I just think it's too good of a number to pass up. I think this is one of those events where you can get sprinkle a little bit more down here than usual because the people who have won this have been some long odds.
Mangone, we'll go to you, who was talking up Tarrant a bit. Do you have somebody in mind? Somebody you were talking up at 180-1 would have seemed like that would have been a play you were going to. But who else? Who else is in mind, or who are you going to pick for the best?
Yeah, I have someone different actually in this range, and someone that I think is a pretty interesting play. It's really a buy low spot. Sometimes we do this when it comes to betting odds. We see a number that like listen, that number's just too low on this type of golfer and the upside he has. It's Davis Riley. That's the simple reason for it. It's just 100 to 1 in this field, I just think is wrong. I think you should be more down in that like 60 to 1 range. So I'm just kind of buying low on Davis Riley and the upside that he has. He's a good young golfer that we've seen pop. So that's kind of the reasoning behind that.
Fair enough. And Snyder, last but not least, who's your long shot here?
Yeah, I've got another pretty deep long shot here as well. I'm going to roll with Ben Griffin at 130 to 1 here. He's been good recently. He's made his last 6 cuts, T12 in his last event, gained 4 strokes ball striking, nearly 4 strokes putting as well. He's had 3 finishes of 16th or better in his last 5 events. He was 3rd at the Bermuda, and I really like this young gun's upside at this big number.
Add Ben Griffin to the list of people I've never heard of, so keep up the good work, guys. This has been a great show in that regard. We will stick with you, Snyder, as we snake back and forth. T20, who's your favorite T20 bet?
Yeah, I mean, I already mentioned this guy, Will Zalatoris, but he's actually plus money to finish top 20, so I think that's just an elite value. But I'm going to go with another guy, Brian Harman at plus 150 to T20. I mean, he's been playing super good golf as of late and ending the year, some top finishes there. And then at this event, he's finished 8th and 3rd in his 2 trips here. So I think this course, these shorter courses really fit into his game. I really like Brian Harman in all aspects and all the markets this week.
And a quick shout to our friend Uncle Terry, who's unable to make the show today. Obviously, just a quick shout. He always deserves one. He will be a part of this show as soon as his schedule opens up a bit more, and we are excited to have him back. We're likely going to have to vote one of you off to replace to get him in here. So this is why I say you guys got to bring your A game, because the 4 squares make sense. I mean, Uncle T's a 5th square. I'm
gonna hop in right there. Not only am I gonna shout him out, you guys go check out the Wishbone podcast, the Old Man podcast on Spotify or anything. Go check out Uncle T. That show is hilarious. I just got on the bandwagon last week. I only dabbled. Listened to my first full episode last week. That's a great freaking pod. So check it out. The Wishbone with him. Usually it's spread on and off. JT. Too many J's. And oh god, I'm missing somebody. Oh, and hold on. Okay, there you go. Sorry.
Yeah. No, good stuff all around. Mangone, T20 for you. Who do we like?
Yeah, T20s. What do I got here? I got who's the one I wrote up? I wrote up the same one as Snyder, actually. Brian Harman, as funny as it sounds. So and I'm doing NBA stuff here, so that's why I kind of a little distracted. But I don't know if Snyder said these same reasons, but I'll just go through it. T21, T20, missed cut, 1st and 8th in at this event, has 4 top 20s in his last 6 events. And also another small note, like he hasn't been that good at the Sony Open in the past, and he finished T32, which like that's not terrible for the way that he's played there. So I think this is a pretty good spot for Brian Harman to be a nice little top 20 play at plus 150. Fair
enough. Kurt, if you say Brian Harman, I might have to hit the button on you 3. So who's your T20?
Hate that guy. Thomas Dietrich, top 20 maker, 2 T15s in his past 2 PGA events. The guy hasn't played in a while in PGA Tour, but he's playing around the world. So if you want to look up his stats from over there, you can. It's not like he's been chilling on the couch. 9th in strokes gained total in this field, last 36. 9th. Plus 360 to top 20, Thomas Dietrich.
This show is now an official success because each of you have named a golfer that I've never heard of before. So yeah, great job all around. I think it was a very successful show in that regard. Matchups, Kurt, we'll stick with you for this. Is there a matchup that you like or you find favorable, or maybe a golfer you're completely fading in any matchups that folks see?
I didn't look too hard because I really kind of fell in love with one of the first ones I saw. Will Gordon over Wyndham Clark. I do not trust Wyndham Clark off the tee here in this event, and I just really love how Will Gordon's been playing. I honestly have some top 20 on him as well. I like the guy, so plus 100 over Wyndham Clark, I'll take that.
Windham. It's Windham.
Yeah. Will Gordon.
Mr. Ham.
That's
Mr. Ham.
Okay. Where was that matchup? DraftKings, Kurt?
Yeah.
Awesome. Snyder, I'll skip Mangone. I know he's doing a little bit of NBA stuff. We'll go to him right after you. Your matchup that you like, favorite matchup for this tournament?
Yeah, definitely. I like Taylor Montgomery this week as well, so I'm going to target him in a couple of matchups here. I've got the first one's going to be Taylor Montgomery minus 120 against Aaron Wise. Aaron Wise just absolutely hates these pro-am events. He hates the slow golf. He's missed the cut here the last 2 or 3 times. And Montgomery, just like I think Mangone was one that mentioned him. I mean, he's just been playing absolutely amazing. I mean, he was my Corn Ferry Tour flag plant player of the year last year coming off. And I mean, he hasn't disappointed us at all. I mean, the dude's a stud, so I really like him there. And then the other one is going to be him minus 132 against JT Poston on FanDuel.
Magnani brings up a good point. Like Shane Lowry, is he actually playing? Like, is he or is he not?
He's got to be playing over on what's it called? Europe, right?
Yeah, we need to get Miss Allie Mack back to find the whereabouts of Shane Lowry.
I think she's better at the Masters already. I think she's already better top 20 on him.
One guy she loves is Shane Lowry, that's for sure.
I'm guessing he's not too far off from a buffet wherever he's at.
definitely close to a plate. That's for sure. Mango matchup. Anybody you like or anybody you're looking to fade? Maybe just go Montgomery to the end.
Yeah, I mean, you're going to be tilted because I have the same one as Snyder. I mean, it's too easy. I mean, Aaron Wise has missed 3 of his cuts here. I think he's got like one time where he actually finished it. And like Taylor Montgomery, I rattled off the stats before. It's too good, and I got 3 minutes to change all these teams. So yeah, it's Taylor Montgomery plus money. I mean, it just seems too easy.
Oh, good. Yeah, focus on the teams. We'll close out the show from here. But I will not. I will say this for the show. Normally, I would like to hit the button. I
would normally make pivots if I wasn't making NBA pivots. I'll at least clarify.
No, it's all good. It's all good. I with what you guys are saying about this Montgomery kid, who I know nothing about, I'm just going to stay away this week. We'll let the situation.
You want Aaron Wise?
No, don't, JJ. The stat.
JJ, you want Aaron Wise? Don't I'll give you Aaron Wise.
Don't do it.
We're just going to let the situation play itself out this weekend, and I'll create my thoughts on Taylor Montgomery after this weekend, and then we will go from there. But as you guys know, when you both have the same matchup, it's like an automatic me hit the button. But I will tread lightly with the young gun. Lowry's in eating contests now. All right, so final notes, Kurt. Actually, Snyder, I'll stick with you here. Final notes. Anything relative to this course? Anything you got going on? The soldiers I saw again. Just love that little segment. And Snyder's soldiers. Say that 10 times fast. But yeah, ultimately, what's going on with you?
Yeah, definitely. Head over to my Twitter at Snyder210. I've got 3 value plays there that's going to be needed this week to help jam in these studs here. 3 guys, 7K or lower for my Snyder soldiers this week. Have that up on Twitter. Go over and check that out. Use my promo code Snyder15 also for 15% off. Rumpier Sports subscription there, 15% off. The Saber Sims even included, so use that Snyder15. We're going to have all the premium content up on site. I seen Hoop just uploaded his player pool. Big T might have his player pool also. AP's got the heat map. We've got 6 or 8 cores up too, so head on over there. We've got the showdown content's going to be up too as well. So yeah, we just got a full slate ready to really get into the full swing of this PGA. So head on over and join the movement.
Love it. Keep crushing, Snyder. Keep crushing. And Kurt, on your end, any final notes? Any more details about the beautiful backdrop we were gifted with today? Look at all those books. I mean, I always knew you were a big reader. I always knew it. You give off that vibe.
I actually do like to read it. I know it's a bit, but I actually do enjoy some reading.
Good. Well, you know what's a book you read? What's a recent book you read, or even in the last 5 years or 10 years?
This is gonna sound bad, but literally the last book I read was the Saban biography. So it doesn't really.
There's worse people you could read about. There's worse people you could read about for sure.
He's from West Virginia too, so shout out West Virginia 304.
And I don't know if you've actually been to Alabama, but he's just nothing short of an absolute god over there.
I got one more thing too. I'm looking for ideas for a Twitter thread. I don't know what it would be about. Snyder has his shoulders. Mangone has a thread. I need something. I would do the Asian golfer rankings, but that's strictly for the chat because that's make him off a little offensive to some people on Twitter. So shoot your ideas to me in the DMs. What Twitter thread I should do?
You want my advice, Kurt? My advice would be come up with a bunch of them, run it by someone else who knows DFS stuff pretty well. You could run it by me, and then try a bunch of them. Try a bunch of them, and then no, not so I can steal it, but like try a bunch of them, and then after you try a bunch of them, like one of them's gonna hit. You know what I mean? They just
Well, I didn't. It doesn't particularly have to be DFS related. Maybe it can be a combination of two
it
things.
could be betting too, or I don't know if you have anything else, but
Should just be sexual. Maybe sexual tied with a little DFS with sports, something like that. You never know. Possibilities are doing this, guys. Shoot them my DMs.
I assume they offer prize picks for PGA. No, I would assume that would be a nice little happy.
It's not legal in Virginia.
Yeah, they have underdog too, but it's only one round.
Well, but you could still look at the odds though. I mean, yeah, it's not.
Yeah,
you can't bet.
Oh yeah.
But either way, I love how Mangone kind of plugged that in there. Ask somebody who knows a lot about DFS, like me, and I love that. Can we get more of that?
I will say I did not like when I came up with like my Twitter bit or whatever. It was coming up with like a Twitter type of schedule of different things to do and whatever, and then I kind of had an idea, and then someone gave me the I had that idea formed, but then they had the idea of like, yeah, that's good, but like the way you should do it is like everyone builds their lineups like this, and you should build like this. I was like, oh
that's a good idea. You stole that?
I didn't steal. I had the idea. I talked it through. I said, one of my best things I am at DFS is I'm like the cash game guy. Like if Kurt, if you didn't touch an optimizer, right, and it was just all about hand building, and we all just went in a room, no computers, I feel confident I can beat anyone in that format. Just literally hand building, no computers, nothing. That's what I started off being really good at. Just looking at game logs and all that stuff. So like the whole idea was like, I'm good at finding the optimal, and I want to show people how to make the pivots. One of my friends came up with like the actual wording.
Okay. So
which is typically what I was best at in high school as well. I'd come up with a really good topic. I'd write an essay. My mom would look at it and go like, "This looks terrible. I'll fix it." She cleaned it up for me. So
I love that. Like Mangone's low key. It was like, yeah, well, it was my friend's idea, but like I kind of like expanded out. Like
it was my idea, and then he helped kind of form it all together. It was all my idea, and then he helped kind of get the wording proper.
Like he's like,
is it your friend Jesse?
It is not. It is not actually. I don't think he's not saying anywhere near those threads. But yeah, shout out to Jesse. I'm gonna take you down this week with Doug. You'll appreciate this. I played a cash game team in golf last week. I forgot to change the team. So it was all 6,900 golfers, and I got all of them through the cut. I left $8,700 on the the and I cashed.
That's a milli winner right there.
Yeah. And so Jesse was trying to challenge me. He said, "Oh, you want to play this week?" I was like, "Jesse, what are we doing here, man? I happen to get lucky. Stop it."
Love it. With all that said, folks, wish you all the best of luck. Obviously, there's a ton of more content coming from us in various ways. I know. I think I'll be back with Holden tomorrow doing a prop show for NFL. I think. Worst case, I'll be on the Print Factory on Friday. But yeah, because another fun weekend of NFL to talk about, so that'll be great. And as weekends already approaching very quickly. Hope you guys enjoyed the show. Hope you found it helpful for you in PGA, whatever it's betting, DFS, whatever it is. Good luck to everybody. I hope you all stay safe. And as always, run pure. See you guys next week.